We scatter mountain frost like ashes in the wind.
So this song kind of started as a music idea, and that was kind of the launch pad for the lyrics. I think at the time I was just thinking through, how often we sing about God's love and how often we talk about it, and sometimes the melodies can disguise something that's so important, but I can kind of pass over it. And so I kind of spent some time thinking about, what makes God's love different from any ordinary love or any common love that we can either receive from someone else or give to someone. And kind of going down that road, I started to realize, yes, it is important that God's love never fails us, because our love will always fall short and will always never be perfect. It's important to remember that his love never fails, it never gives up, but it's also important to, value where the love is coming from. And so that's what kind of led us into the area of talking about God's majesty and God's greatness.
Yeah, I look at the lyrics, and they're filled with this playful imagery of how big God is, but how we think about these vast aspects of nature and how they're just the smallest thing to God. Talking about like holding mountain frost like ash in the weight of his hand. That image of someone just blowing ash or sand and it going everywhere. That when we think of these grand mountains, the effort that it took God to create them is nothing. But that same God is the one who calls us child. And I think it's important, even in this whole project, as we talk about wanting clarity, to remember who it is that God is, that he is all-powerful and almighty, and it's that power and majesty that humbled himself because of love to make a way for us. And so our hope is that this song gives people a moment to sit and receive the power and majesty of God and to remember that majesty loves them so much.
Even think that I could be loved by majesty.